Hello, my name is Chris Ergens, and today we'll be doing an Aldol reaction with acetone and 4-hydroxybenzaldehyde, or vanillin, to synthesize some natural products. 6 molar sodium hydroxide is used as the catalyst. Both vanillin and 4-hydroxybenzaldehyde are aromatic aldehydes and do not have alpha hydrogens. Acetone contains one type of alpha hydrogen and is a symmetrical ketone. The crossed aldol products are solids. Under strong basic conditions, the beta-hydroxyketone aldol product from vanillin, or 4-hydroxybenzaldehyde, and acetone will dehydrate to form the alpha-beta unsaturated ketone aldol condensation product. The alpha-beta unsaturated ketone is thermodynamically favored since the conjugation of the aromatic ring is extended. The high degree of conjugation also suggests the product should absorb visible light and have color. Alright, now that we have safety goggles and gloves on, we're going to weigh out around 250 milligrams of either vanillin or 4-hydroxybenzaldehyde. You can choose either one. You need 250 milligrams of whichever one. You're going to dissolve this in 2 mils of acetone, and you're going to use like a small vial with a micro stir bar. So your vial, you can go ahead and label it if you want. I just put my initials and put Aldol Prep. That's how I labeled it. So first we're going to weigh out either vanillin or 4-hydroxybenzaldehyde. Like I said, you can use either one. I'm going to weigh out the vanillin. So again, we need 250 milligrams. Alright, so we have a mass of 0.251 grams. We'll go with 251, staying steady there. Alright, so we're going to add that to our vial along with 2 mils of acetone. Our acetone, I'm going to get about 2 mils. Alright, and then we're going to stir it. Alright, now that our vanillin has dissolved in our acetone, we're going to keep stirring, and we're going to add 6 molar sodium hydroxide, 0.5 mils, drop-wise. And like I said, while it's still stirring, you can use either a plastic or glass pipette. You may also want to get a wood applicator stick to kind of help break up and mix any solid that forms. So after this mixes super thoroughly, we're going to cap it. Like I said, it's already been labeled. You're going to label with the contents. Like I said, I just put Aldol Prep. And then we're going to store it for 1 week. So just store it in your fume hood for 1 week. So like I said, I'm going to now add our 6 molar sodium hydroxide drop-wise form. Again, it's still stirring. much, so I'm going to take the wood applicator stick and kind of snip a bit. Oh, there's pretty much no more sodium hydroxide. All right. Let that sit and mix for a while. Probably gonna mix it for 5 minutes just to be on the safe side. So we're gonna continue to let it mix for 5 minutes and then we're gonna cap it. All right, we've been letting it mix for 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the mixing, cap it, and store it in the fume head for 1 week. All right, it's been 1 week. We've let our Aldol solution sit in the fume head for 1 week. So this is what it looks like. We're gonna take a wood applicator stick and just kind of free up the micro stir bar. All right, so after we free up the stir bar, with stirring, we're gonna neutralize the solution by adding 2 mils of 3 molar HCl dropwise. So let's see, put that on our stir. All right, looks like it's, if you can tell, but it's spinning, so we've loosened it up. So while that is stirring, we're gonna add in 2 mils of 3 molar HCl. And again, you're gonna do this dropwise. I'm using a glass pipette with a bulb. Was 1 mil. And 2 mils. Now we're gonna let that dissolve completely. And so we'll turn it just a little bit. So once that has dissolved completely, we're gonna transfer it to a we're gonna transfer it to a separatory funnel. And then we're gonna extract 3 times using DCM. All right, so we are going to now transfer this into our separatory funnel. Make sure it is closed. So we're just gonna use a glass pipette and transfer it here. Alright, now that we're done with our vial and our micro stir bar, we're going to kind of rinse and clean it first, and then return our micro stir bar to the universal collection. Before we remove our stir bar and everything, we're actually going to use our first 5 mils of DCM, which I have here. We're going to add it to this to help transfer over anything. Just don't pour it in. Since we still have the star bar in there, we're just gonna rinse our vial with our DCM. All right, and get another pipette and to help transfer it over. Alright, there's our first extraction. So again, we're gonna extract this 2 more times with DCM. Alright, now that we have rinsed our first 5 mils of DCM, rinsed our vial, we added it to our separatory funnel. We are now going to add 10 mils of distilled water to the separatory funnel just to have a little bit more volume. Alright, so we have added our DCM, our first 5 mils of DCM, also 10 mils of distilled water to our separatory funnel. Now we're going to complete the rest of the extractions. Now we're going to complete the rest of our extractions. Alright, we're going to remove our DCM layer to a round bottom flask. Alright, and then 5 more mils of DCM. right, and there is our 3 DCM extractions. We are now going to dry them with some anhydrous sodium sulfate. All right, we are now going to decant our solution into either a beaker or a rum-bound flask. You just want to leave behind the drying agent. We're going to rinse the drying agent with about 2 mils of DCM and combine it with the other extracts. All right, and there is all our combined extractions. We're gonna just now evaporate the DCM. So I added some more sodium sulfate. As you can see, it kind of got rid of that green color. So now we are just very gently heating up our DCM extracts. I also have some hot water sitting on the hot plate as well, just to be warming up for when we go to recrystallize our product. But again, you want to gently heat it, so don't really go past 3. We're just evaporating the DCM off. What is left behind should be a crude solid product. Alright, so our crude solution was added to our 40 mils of boiling distilled water. I already have my gravity filtration set up, so we're going to let this dissolve as much as it can. Once this is kind of cooled off a little bit, when we turn down the heat, this is cooled off a little bit, we're going to transfer it to our gravity filtration, but you still want the solution to be hot, so make sure you grab like hot hands or something to grab the beaker and pour it into your gravity filtration. Anything that is undissolved should be on the filter paper at the top. So that's what we're going to do right now. Alright, we're gonna wait for this to cool to room temp, and then we're gonna put it in our ice water bath. Our purified product should crystallize out of the solution. We're also gonna get a test tube and put some water in it and put it in an ice water bath as well, so it can be cooled for when we go to do our vacuum filtration. But like I said, we're just gonna wait and let this cool to room temp and then put it in an ice water bath. Alright, our solution has been cooling in the ice water bath. I'm going to go ahead and weigh our filter paper. That way, when it dries, we can just put the filter paper on there and just subtract this mass from our final mass. Alright, we are now going to do vacuum filtration. Alright, we're gonna rinse our flask with some ice cold distilled water. We're gonna leave that on there to dry. Right in here is our final mass. Remember to subtract the mass we got for the whey paper, and that'll get our final mass of our product. We are now gonna go take an IR and a mass back.